Putin calls his army, the second army of the world. He shows his people superweapons. The war with Ukraine has been going on for over 5 months and there has been no success. Because Putin has only been shown weapons in pictures, and at the Red Square and at some expositions of the International Military Technical Forum. Subscribe to UpTrue channel. Share this video for more people to know the truth. The Russian dictator has always been very fond of new weapons. Putin imitates the founder of the totalitarian dictatorship of the USSR, Joseph Stalin, who knew about armaments, unlike the bunker master of the Kremlin. Russian high-tech weaponry is a fake. All the development money was divided amongst themselves by various generals in Putin's army. Putin was told a lot about electronic warfare. We will shoot down Bayraktars and intercept their control, jam communications and GPS. This was one grand scam. It is impossible to intercept the control of a Bayraktar. Among the combat vehicles in Ukraine's war there is no state-of-the-art T-14 Armata tank. The main feature of the T-14 was an impenetrable turret and armored capsule, which protects the crew from being hit by any projectiles. Putin's ministers said that the military operation in Ukraine does not involve the use of the latest tanks. Experts believe that there is a risk. During real combat operations, miscalculations and flaws in the design of the tanks. In May it was reported that the Russian army was armed with the laser Peresvet. The Peresvet complex is capable of deactivating reconnaissance satellites in orbit up to 1,500 kilometers. Rockets, Burevestnik, may be added to the number of toys for Putin. The Kremlin has been talking about the emergence of new types of weapons in Russia that are superior developments of other countries. Maybe they meant hypersonic missiles that are impossible to shoot down. The Kremlin probably remembers how for decades the Soviet intelligence service used to scare the Americans with super missiles. In reality they were an experimental development or a mock-up. This is similar to the story of the German World War II Dora cannon. The Dora was said to be the most formidable weapon. Experts admitted it was the most expensive mistake in the history of artillery. Putin is convinced that he has a lot of super new weapons, and his minions indulge him. After all, they can't admit that they stole the money to develop the weapons. Let's talk about the nuclear submarine Belgorod. It is said to be the largest and the most secret ship. It was built as Project 949, a Antey submarine. According to NATO, Oscar II classification, the submarine belonged to the same type of submarine, KURSK, which sank in 2000 in the Barents Sea. The Russian Defense Ministry says the Belgorod submarine can carry nuclear Poseidon torpedoes capable of traveling hundreds of miles underwater and causing nuclear tsunamis. Project 949 has been in existence for more than 30 years, belongs to the main Directorate of Deep Sea Research. It is the most secretive military unit, which closes in on the Minister of Defense of the Russian Federation. Its main task is special underwater operations at depths of up to 6 kilometers, searching for and destroying underwater cables that carry a significant amount of information. A lot of these cables in the Baltic Sea. Search and destruction of underwater stations of various other countries. Recently, for example, there was a big problem with the stations in Norway that were out of the Kola Bay. Several upgrades were made to the Belgorod. It can now carry submersibles that go down to great depths. One of them was the submarine Losherik, which was wrecked. As for the Poseidon torpedo, this torpedo can be attached to the underside of the submarine. It does have a nuclear reactor as an engine and a nuclear warhead part. Experts do not see any operational super effect from this torpedo. A much greater threat to the world community is posed by the nuclear weapons that on other submarines and ships is a much greater threat to the world community. In the waters of the Black Sea there are ships that can really cause certain risks and threats to grain exports. There are now 9 ships there that can fire caliber missiles. They can shoot at both ships and coastal infrastructure. At least 2 ships are ready to fire missiles immediately. There are 4 submarines, 1 at the base in the city of Sevastopol and 3 in Novorossiysk. There are 9 ships that can go to sea and fire missiles produced in the USSR. There are coastal missile systems which can attack ships. Submarines can use torpedoes, can put mines. There could be Russian aviation and airstrikes are possible. Ukrainian Varshavyanka-class submarines which are in the Black Sea, have Harpoon anti-ship missiles, but they can use it only when above water. The real option for the Ukrainian army is underwater drones, which are now on the market right now. Freedom to Ukraine. Subscribe to Uptrue channel. Share this video for more people to know the truth. Thank you.